After day one of free agency, the Atlanta Hawks can make the argument that they have been the biggest winner of the offseason when you're factoring in what's happened in the NBA draft, the trades that they have made, and the free agent acquisitions that they have made. The Atlanta Hawks are a team that is very much looking to take advantage of a wide open Eastern Conference. And before I get into them signing Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Luke Kennard tonight, let's just rewind to before the draft. They traded for Kristaps Porzingis. It's a buy low opportunity, but if things go right and Kristaps is healthy, then he could be a perfect pick and pop partner with Trae Young and provide some great shot blocking at the rim. And then let's go to the NBA draft. They came in with the 13th overall pick. Reports were saying they liked Asa Newell out of Georgia there. Instead, they traded back 10 spots. They were still able to get their guy Asa Newell, the hometown guy that played at Georgia, at 23, and in the process, they're picking up an unprotected first-round pick next year that is the best out of the Pelicans and the Bucks, so that's seen as a trade that the Pelicans just had a complete malpractice decision when they were doing that. So the Atlanta Hawks' new front office already seems to be cooking, and then they had a $25 million trade exception. So tonight, they were able to start their free agency class, giving Nickeil Alexander-Walker a 4-year deal for $62 million. He is an elite 3-and-D guard that could potentially start, and if he's starting alongside Dyson Daniels, that is going to be a nightmare for the opposition's number 1 and number 2 players, because each of them can lock down the number 1 option on any given night. And Trae Young, yeah, obviously he's not great defensively, but with what they're surrounding him with, this Atlanta Hawks defense can be much improved. So you have Dyson Daniels, you have Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Kristaps Porzingis if things go right, and not to mention Jalen Johnson. We talk about Trae Young leading this team a lot, and that's true, but Jalen Johnson, if healthy in this weak Eastern Conference, can absolutely be an all-star. There's a reason they gave him $150 million and are paying him $30 million per, because they are so high on him. And then another year 2 leap possibly from Zachary Rissache, last year's number 1 overall pick. Onyeka Okongwu, he showed some strides last year. And then they also signed Luke Kennard. He is an absolute sniper off the bench, so whether it was trading for Porzingis in a buy low opportunity, getting that unprotected pick that will come into fruition next year, the best of the Pelicans or Bucks pick, or the free agency acquisitions, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Luke Kennard, all of this to build a nice defensive identity around Trae Young with a guy like Jalen Johnson who can absolutely be a co-star. I love what the Atlanta Hawks are doing, and maybe they'll finally miss the play-in game this year.